Break time.
No, thanks.
Oh, come on. No passing on my famous mocha coffee.
Said no money, Karen.
Actually, it's my mom's famous mocha coffee. It's too bad she won't be able to fly in for the holidays.
Yeah, I haven't seen Rhonda since you sobered up.
My mom's worked very hard to stop drinking.
Well, I guess when you hit rock bottom, you can only go up. Who the hell put these lights together like this?
I did.
Would it have hurt you to wrap them around a piece of cardboard or something, Karen?
You have my attention, Joe. Mind telling me why you're trying to pick a fight with me?
When they said you were here, I got nervous. I thought we were going to meet at the courtroom.
I will be in the courtroom every day for you. You can count on that.
I didn't realize how much I've come to depend on you.
Julie, you can lean on me anytime.
You better invest in shoulder pads.
Look, I think it's important that you know your mother's going to be there today.
As if being on trial for murder isn't bad enough.
Having Nicole in the courtroom can benefit you if you're on your best behavior.
Oh, wait. Wait for me.
What, you don't want to go to the trial, do you?
Yeah, I do. I feel like I have to since I had that dream about Julie. I gotta go.
Lucy, that was just a dream.
Oh, but it was such an unusual one. I mean, Julie is this glorious angel holding our baby. I'm telling you, that's got to mean something important.
It means you've been watching too many Preston Sturges movies.
Oh, I wish you'd listen to me. Dreams are very powerful things. You know, they're filled with important messages, and I know that this dream is telling me I got to find out what's going on with Julie.
How do you argue with that kind of logic?
Let's get a move on. I don't want to be late for this trial.
I must say, I do admire you. Not everyone who was decimated as totally as you were on the witness stand would even show up in court the next day.
Thanks.
Well, no, it's not your fault. It's that lawyer. He's put everybody on trial except the defendant.
I get the point, but as long as Rachel Locke is determined to see Julie set free, I'll be in that courtroom.
You have set yourself a very tough battle.
Well, the last time I hesitated on something like this, people got hurt.
Oh, Mom, nobody could have stopped what happened with Ryan.
This isn't about my brother. This is about Rachel Locke. And if freeing people who shouldn't be out on the street is what she does best, then I'll be there to make sure that she doesn't succeed this time.
Did you hear? Mommy Dearest decided to make an appearance today.
Yeah. Do you want me to see what I can do?
No. Rachel's convinced this is a good thing. And somehow she has a way of putting even the most horrible situations into perspective.
Well, that's what she gets paid the big bucks for.
Well, she deserves a raise. Especially after her latest act of kindness. She managed to slip a Christmas present from me to Christina right under Scott and Lucy's noses.
I could have done that for you.
What's important is my little girl isn't going to celebrate her first Christmas without a gift from her mother. And she won't know it's from me, but I will.
Well, it'll be the best present ever.
It's not much, you know.
Well, it's not what it is. It's just what's behind it. You made a present for your daughter with your own bare hands, managed to get it to her somehow. I mean, she's the luckiest little girl in the world to have you for a mom.
Only you would interpret my dream of Julie as this glorious angel as something negative.
Well, an angel of death.
A person dressed in flowing white, I don't think so. Come on, there was this pure innocent feeling in it.
All right, let me ask you about one of your other feelings. What do you think's going on in there right now?
Lucy.
Doc, hi, Victor.
Hi, you here?
So, Kevin, I heard you didn't do so well on the stand.
Good news travels fast.
Well, actually, it was that Rachel Locke person. She stopped by supposedly to give us gifts, but I think she just wanted to brag about it.
Monk is working on a lead to discredit the good doctor as a way to disarm the defense.
Fill us in.
I phoned a clinic where Rachel once worked. Turns out the woman who answered the phone sounded a lot like Ellen Burgess.
Our Ellen? Ever since Ellen has been gone, I've been trying to find her, but I haven't been able to.
Did you find her?
No. I had Matt fax a photo of Ellen down to the clinic to see if she'd been an employee there. They said that she was, only she was using a different name. So Matt went down to check it out. But when he got there, the people at the clinic said that Ellen only looked like this woman, and that her name was Barbara Green, and that she had left a few weeks before.
That is very weird.
Gets weirder. When Matt got home, he found a surprise package on his doorstep. Someone from the clinic sent him a file from an old patient of Rachel's. A case that was very similar to Julie's.
Oh, I knew it. I told you something was very fishy about that woman, Rachel. Hey.
Hey.
Hi. Quite a support group today. I'm glad you all are here.
So what's on your agenda?
Well, the medical examiner is up first, and then I'm closing with Detective Garcia. Wait till you hear his testimony. I'm intending to send the jury home for Christmas break with visions of it swirling in their heads.
Why is there only half session today?
Well, the judge is leaving for Acapulco this afternoon. So I'm closing out my case today. The defense is going to have to wait until after Christmas to cross-examine Garcia.
I like that.
You okay?
Julie. Mother. Thought you'd be on a plane by now, back to wherever. Well, I'm glad you came.
You never could lie very convincingly, Julie. That could be quite a problem if you take the stand.
Cut her some slack, Nicole. At least she's making the effort.
You know what? You could do the same, Chris. After all, Nicole is here to support her daughter.
It's a little late for that, isn't it?
Could I speak to Julie alone, please?
Of course you can. Chris? It's important that the jury see Julie is maintaining ties with her family.
Julie was relaxed before Nicole got here. Now she's a nervous wreck. How is the jury going to read that?
I know what I'm doing.
And I know what's best for Julie.
I'm not so sure you do, Chris. I've seen you make some brilliant moves lately. I'm in charge. Let's just keep that clear, all right? You worry about holding Julie's hand.
Trouble in the defense camp?
Karen, listen. I'm sorry I snapped at you earlier. Really. I mean, that was silly, getting upset over some lights.
Let's not do this, Joe.
Do what?
Pretend everything is fine. If we don't deal with what's happening between us, things could get a lot worse.
Well, what do you want from me?
Just say what's on both our minds. There's a chance I'm partly responsible for the loss of your baby.
Karen, don't...
You know, I was dialing my cell phone. I may have drifted into Courtney's lane.
It was an accident, okay?
And accidents happen because people make mistakes. And if I'm the cause, you have every right to be upset with me.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset. Just let it go, okay?
Joe, we need to discuss this.
Why? So I can watch you beat yourself up? What's the point of that? I just want to deal with it by myself.
We're a couple, Joe. We're supposed to work on solving our problems together. Especially this one, since I'm so involved in it. I need to know what you're thinking.
You want to know what I'm thinking?
Yes.
I'm wondering why the hell you got in your car and drove off that night when you said you wouldn't, Karen. If you hadn't have done that, that child will still be alive. I know you didn't set out to hurt Courtney or the baby. I know that. But I'm so...
Angry?
I'm so angry I could explode right now. I know it's irrational.
No, it's not. I'd rather you let it out than act like nothing's wrong. You've lost something precious. And irreplaceable.
Yeah, but you're precious and irreplaceable, but one minute I want to scream at you and the next minute I want to hold you and feel that peace that we have inside. But
I played it over and over in my head. What if I stayed home, What if Courtney hadn't been driving? What if... I would do anything to change things, Joe, because I love you so much. And I don't want to see you in this much pain.
I love you too.
What do you do when someone you love unintentionally does something that hurts you?
I don't know.
Where does that leave us?
Given the angle of the sword used to impale John Kanellis, it's your testimony that the wound was inflicted by someone of Mrs. Ramsey's height.
Yes.
Isn't it possible that the murderer could have been standing on something, say a stool or a ladder?
Yes, it's possible.
Thank you. No further questions?
The court will take a short recess before the prosecution calls our next witness.
It was like pulling teeth to get that guy to budge. The prosecution only has one witness left, and then we get to present our case, Julie. Excuse me a minute.
Hey, you know what? I feel like I really just need to go over there and talk to Julie.
More of this dream nonsense?
It's not nonsense. Maybe I'm going to try and make sense out of it. I just stand there and look at her and talk to her for a minute.
Or maybe it'll give her a chance to fill you with a lot of hogwash about how she's innocent.
Mr. Wise Guy there, I'm very capable of making up my own mind.
That I know.
Come on. Hi, Julie. Quite a spectacle, huh? Well, you know, personally, I found that murder trials never been a whole lot of fun.
Well, seeing familiar faces helps. Thank you both for coming today.
Well, we're just, looking for the facts.
If that means keeping an open mind, I appreciate it.
Take this outside.
Yeah, I'll just wait here. Look, Julie, actually, I just wanted to say thank you for that card you sent. It was very thoughtful.
Well, taking little Christina into your home was such a wonderful thing. And how is she?
Oh, man, she's beautiful. You know, her personality's beginning to develop, and she's sitting up pretty well, and she... you should see her.
It's okay. I'm very happy for you, Lucy.
So everything's going okay, right?
Well, if our illustrious assistant DA stretches this thing out, she'll get the last word in before the Christmas break, and we don't want that.
May I speak to you in private for a moment? I know you don't believe this, but I really do want what's best for Julie.
This is another lecture about
This
Julie.
isn't about Julie, this is about Rachel. Now, don't tell me you haven't seen it.
What's your point?
I have evidence that shows Rachel may form unusually strong attachments to her patients. Have you noticed her trying to control Julie?
Can't say that I have.
You may not want to trust me, but keep your eyes open for your own good.
Kevin had you cornered for quite some time. What did he want?
Nothing.
The state calls Detective Alex Garcia to the stand.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your
Come home for the holidays. Visit General Hospital, ABC Daytime.
You didn't answer my question, Joe.
Because I don't have an easy answer. I don't have any answers, Karen. I've got to get to the hospital.
I love you.
Hi. Bad time?
No, perfect time, actually. Come on in.
Yeah, you left this at the nurse's station. I thought you might be looking for it.
I guess I've been kind of distracted lately.
Hey, what's going on?
It's me and Joe, Matt. We're in a real mess.
It's because of the accident?
It's really tearing us apart.
Well, is Joe blaming you for Courtney losing the baby?
No, he doesn't want to, but he's devastated. He could barely look me in the eye, much less speak to me. And then when he does, all that comes out is anger.
Well, I know Joe, Karen. And I know that deep down he is not blaming you for this.
I'm not so sure anymore.
No, you trust me. You give him some time, give him some space. He'll calm down.
You know, it seems every time things start to fall together for us, there's some obstacle that comes along to test us.
Listen, you and Joe, you guys were meant to be together.
I've always thought that, Matt. Ever since first grade. But you didn't see the look in his eyes. I'm afraid this won't ever go away.
I was a guest at the party. When I saw the victim was deceased, I called for backup. When they arrived, we started taking statements from everyone and collecting evidence.
We're not going to have time to crawl.
So it wasn't until much later that Julie Devlin made that confession, correct?
Oh, that's right. I believe it was in January of the next year.
And you were present when she did that?
Yes, I was.
In your opinion, Detective, what was the defendant's behavior?
She was agitated, but clear-headed.
So she didn't seem to be under any sort of duress?
Not at all. At the time Miss Devlin confessed, she believed that Greg Cooper was dead. She had no reason to protect him.
Your Honor, I'd like to admit into evidence Prosecution Exhibit 49C, the taped confession of Julie Devlin.
So you were at the Halloween party with Frank. Then what happened?
I ditched Frank, told him I needed air. But instead I went inside the funhouse to find Joe.
Scanlon?
Yes. There's a character in General Homicide based on him. Greg decided I should kill Joe. Such a shame. Of all the costumes in the world, John Kanellos had to wear one identical to Joe's. I hid in the funhouse and waited. And when I saw the guy dressed like a knight, I thought it was Joe, and I lifted the sword and rammed it through him. It was actually very easy. And next thing I remember, John was on the ground, dead. His eyes had this kind of glassy stare, you know, like they're looking through you, not at you. You ever seen a dead person?
A few.
It's kind of creepy and fascinating all at the same time, don't you think?
The state rests, Your Honor. Thank you. Court is adjourned until after the holidays.
Excuse me, Your Honor. We request to extend the proceedings.
Denied. Please, do not discuss this case with anyone. Have a pleasant holiday, and I'll see you all after Christmas.
Okay.
Julie needs treatment, not this circus. I'll see you.
Yeah. Perfect.
Some angel, huh, Lucy?
How can we recover from that?
If we knew what to expect, then we're going to deal with it.
Did you hear the tape? The jury did, and they're going to spend the entire Christmas break with that confession playing in their heads.
Oh, after a few eggnogs, it'll all be ancient history.
Excuse me, I have to go check with the clerk, see the exact date that we're back.
I need to get back to the hospital. I'll see you there. Chris, Julie, hang in there.
How can you even look at me after hearing that?
All I heard was a manipulated woman admitting to something she never did.
Am I the only one who sees that we have just lost this case?
No, we haven't even begun, Julie. Now, I'm not giving up, so you better not either. Come here. Come here. Oh, come on. Give me a break. No Christmas present here. We have a future together, Mrs. Ramsey.
Yeah. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
Get your own Crystal Ball keepsake by visiting abc.com, part of the Go Network.